What happens if I overstay my visa in the Philippines? Overstayed. Well, it's going to cost you a little bit. I'm taking this article off of JRC Visa Consultancy and Immigration Services website. Some of you know I've done a number of interviews with them, and anyway, let's get into the article. I'm surprised at how many people overstay their visa here, and the longer you overstay, the more serious it gets. Obviously, if you overstay your visa 6 months or more, it gets a little more complicated. Before you overstay, if you're still within your allowed time to stay here, but you've overstayed your visa stamp, if you're still within 6 months of that, it's not quite as bad. Anyway, let's get into the details here. And I will have a link to JRC Visa Consultancy and Immigration Services. Many of you have used their services for extensions, for marriage visas, for uh, retirement visas, investment visas, other types of visas. They also are a real estate agent, and they've got offices in several cities. I think Angeles just opened up. I think they've opened up an office in Manila, here in Cebu City, over in Molbol on the west side of Cebu Island, Panglao Island, over on Bohol. Where else? Davao, got an office there. And am I missing one or two? Anyway, overstaying in the Philippines is a violation of immigration laws, and it is taken seriously by the authorities. If you overstay, you can face several consequences. The Bureau of Immigration imposes penalties, which can include fines, detention, deportation, and being included in the blacklisting, preventing future entry into the country. I've had friends. I've had a couple of friends who have overstayed, and one in particular, he had handed his passport to somebody he had met, who has said, "I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. I'll get all your extensions taken care of." Anyway, he never didn't get his passport back for quite some time. When he finally did get his passport back, turned out he had overstayed, and JRC uh, agency helped him. He had to do well, we'll get more into this motion for reconsideration. It took some time to get approved and get applied and approved for a new type of visa. Can an overstay be forgiven? While overstaying is a violation, the Philippines does offer a mechanism to address this issue. For those expired before 6 months, but within the maximum allowable stay, I think that would be 36 months. If you're still, you're allowed on a tourist visa with extensions to stay up to 36 months, 3 years. But you have to do regular extensions of 1 month, 2 months, and sometimes 6 months. Foreigners may visit the BI office to update their expired tourist visa. For those who expired 6 months or beyond, or went beyond their maximum allowable stay, even for a day, that would be past 36 months, may be required to file a motion for reconsideration. I know a few people have had to do that. To explain further, the motion will then be reviewed by the legal department of the Bureau of Immigration. Decision usually takes a month or two. Each case is treated on an individual basis, and the offer will assess the circumstances and determine the appropriate course of action. Now, you can do this yourself. You can fill out the forms. I will tell you that JRC they are familiar with what the immigration folks are approving, so they can help you in filling out those types of forms with the proper information. You may think you have a really good reason, but it might not be a reason that is generally approved by the immigration department. It is important to note that there is no guarantee that the overstay will be forgiven or that the visa will be extended. The decision ultimately rests with the BI officer, and it's crucial to be prepared with relevant documents and a valid explanation for the overstay. How much will you pay for overstaying in the Philippines? The, the penalties for overstaying in the Philippines vary depending upon the duration of your stay. Overstaying for less than 1 month would be 500 of overstay. Overstaying for more than 1 month, 500 per month uh, of overstay plus 500 pesos for every additional month. Please note that these figures may be subject to change, and it is crucial to refer to the official sources such as the Bureau of Immigration's website for the most up-to-date information. Now, I've found not just the government agencies, but also many private companies do not update their websites regularly. And when I do researches for various topics, I find that a lot of the information is not up to date. So consulting with somebody like JRC might be a good idea. What are valid reasons for overstaying? While overstaying is generally discouraged, of course, there can be exceptional circumstances where individuals may have valid reasons for their overstay. Valid reasons may include medical emergencies, natural disasters, you got a typhoon or earthquake or something going on, situation beyond one's control that hindered timely departure. Now, these lockdowns, because of this last big major lockdown situation where travel was limited, restricted, almost impossible, would be one of those reasons. There may be other reasons deemed valid upon assessment of the Bureau of Immigration. It's important to note that valid reasons for overstaying do not automatically exempt individuals from penalties. Each case is evaluated on an individual basis, and it is advisable to work closely with immigration authorities and provide necessary documentation to support your case. Overstaying in the Philippines can have serious implications ranging from fines to deportation. It is crucial to be aware of the consequences and abide by the immigration laws of the country. If you find yourself in a situation where overstaying has occurred, seek professional guidance from immigration consultants, and referring to official sources like the Bureau of Immigration's website is highly recommended. Remember, it's always better to comply with immigration regulations and ensure a hassle-free and enjoyable stay in the Philippines. Check out the overstaying case study of Charles, a U.S. citizen, from overstaying to a lifetime resident in the Philippines. I almost overstayed one time. I was just busy, very busy, and traveling a bit, and I forgot my extension was coming up. And fortunately, it occurred to me about the day it was going to expire, and I rushed down there and got it done in time. So it's easy to get caught up in traveling and relationships, whatever else, and just forget all about those important things. I am surprised how many emails and comments I've gotten over the years, asking, oftentimes from the person themselves, the foreigner, or sometimes their wife or girlfriend, that my boyfriend, my foreign boyfriend or husband, has overstayed his visa a year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 years. Uh, what can we do about this? What will it cost? And when it gets to that point, it gets rather serious. Definitely recommend you use the services of an agency like JRC. Um, there are probably thousands of people, not just in this country, but many countries, definitely in the USA, probably in Thailand, who just have slid on that. They thought, well, I can get by with this. I can't afford, don't want to. I forgot about it. Now I'm in trouble, so I'm not going to go down there because I'm going to get fined, maybe kicked out of the country. So they put it off and put it off and put it off, and the potential penalties and consequences just keep adding up. If you get to the point where you need to do a motion for reconsideration, of course, that's going to be a cost up and above your 500 per month fine type thing, and you need to have some good reasons for overstaying, not just, well, I forgot, sir. That's probably not going to go over real well. Like I said, I've seen JRC agency really help several people in these type of situations, and with other visas as well. So definitely recommend that you consult with somebody like that, because they've done it. They know the system. They know the language. They know what's acceptable type language in your motion for reconsideration. That will probably get a more positive response, and they may be able to just be able to help you in those types of situations. So take that for what it's worth. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll looks like we're going to open the Philippines up without restrictions here very quickly here the first week of July. Sounds like the president and the Department of Health, everybody is finally agreeing that it's time to get rid of this emergency that most of the other world has dropped many months ago. So anyway, looking forward to many of you being able to travel again to the Philippines. Take care.